All right, guys, we are doing it. We have made it through a majority of the project management processes as far as the bulk of the work. And so we are about to start talking about the monitoring and controlling phase. And in monitoring and controlling, we're going to be doing exactly what it says. As we described, monitoring and controlling happens concurrent to the execution phase that we discussed in the last section. And ultimately, in this process, what we're going to be doing is making sure that we are tracking all of the project work, making sure that we are staying within the project scope, the project schedule, the project costs, the deliverables and their quality requirements. Project resources are being controlled and staying as planned. Um, Project communication, risks, procurement, and of course, stakeholder engagement. So there's only one slide for this lesson because it is something that is somewhat baked in or almost assumed as to how we would do these things. So ultimately, in the execution phase, we talked about that we are executing project work. And so as that work is being completed, we need to check it, right? And monitor that all of that work is happening according to schedule. So ultimately, the tools that we use during this process are those same project coordination meetings. We are reviewing deliverables as they are being received. We're comparing them to our activities list and our project schedule. Are these deliverables being produced according to that schedule? We're running reports and checking on that budget to make sure that we're staying within the projected costs. And as we are implementing our quality assurance strategies, we're using the requirements checklist to make sure that each of those deliverables are meeting the requirements that were set out for them. So this would be the time that we are facilitating those quality assurance activities, doing those facility walkthroughs, potentially having a subject matter expert can review the deliverables that are being produced to make sure that they are meeting the expectations of the client. Monitoring and controlling has a variety of different approaches, tools, and different tactics that we use. But we're going to review those kind of in the deep dives as we go through each one of these sections. And so for today's introductory lesson, ultimately what we want to pay attention to, A, is that monitoring and controlling happens concurrently during the project execution phase. So we're constantly monitoring and controlling. And it is facilitated by many of the communication mechanisms that we have put into place, like those project coordination meetings, many of the quality assurance activities that we've defined, such as those, audits and facility walkthroughs. And through this process, we're going to make sure that we are implementing or achieving the intended outcomes of our project. So this section is short and sweet. Hope you enjoyed it. And after this, we have our final section, which is about project closure. So we'll see you there.